Einen wunderschönen Montag, den 24. Februar 2020. Leidels Weily ist am Rohr und wir spielen wieder Mass Effect, weil Mass Effect ist gut und aus. Ich probiere jetzt also eine Dreier-Rotation zu machen und zwei Titel in der Dreier-Rotation sind gigantisch. Das heißt, ich muss anzahlen. Die Wochenenden werden hauptsächlich für Mass Effect und The Witcher draufgehen. Aber das macht nichts, weil ich sehe das YouTube als Videotagebuch. Das habe ich ja eh schon gesagt. Ganz am Anfang irgendwann einmal. Es ist eigentlich mehr für mich wie sonst irgendwann. Und ja, Hobby. Das ist halt, mein Hobby ist Diary Keeping. Das in digitaler Form. Und als Tagebuch. Ab und zu dann redet auch noch mit einem. Umso amüsanter. Da spielt es natürlich auf Kommentare an. Okay, in der vergangenen Episode von Mass Effect sind wir zum Spectre erhoben worden. Spectre ist eine Abbreviation oder ein Akronym für Special Erektionstruppe eleganter Radierung. Keine Ahnung, es ist irgendein Akronym für Spezialeinheit. Das ist halt die geheime, böseste, schlimmste, all over the top Spezialeinheit des Citadel Councils, und das Citadel Council ist gleich die Regierung des größten Teils der Galaxie. Also, not a smallie, sozusagen, was der Shepard da gerissen hat. Er ist offiziell der erste Spectre aus den Reihen der Menschen. Wie wir allerdings erfahren haben, ist der Captain Anderson auch schon in einem Programm gewesen und hat Spectre-ähnlichen Status genossen, ist aber in die Hosen gegangen und aus politischen Gründen hasch bearbeitet worden. So, und jetzt gehen wir weiter und suchen Saren, weil Saren ist der große Bösewicht, der Big Bad Wolf. Da haben wir gerade unseren Orden ins Ohr gekriegt. Und jetzt, das ist der Citadel Tower, im Prinzip Seat of Government. Und die Citadel selber ist eine gigantische Raumstation, die das Volumen von einer Großstadt hat. An die 20 Millionen Lebewesen. Diverse Spezies leben da drauf. So, speak to the Ambassador, das ist der Ambassador Udina, das ist der menschliche Ambassador. Die Menschen selber sind nämlich nicht im Citadel-Rat, das sind die drei großen alten Rassen Salarianer, Asari und Turianer. Ich bin gerade am gucken. Ist alles erledigt? Alles erledigt. Speak to the Ambassador. Okay. Wo wird der Ambassador sitzen? So, ja, Entschuldige, Kreis schließen. Die Menschen sind nicht im Council, sind eine sehr junge Rasse, sind eine Newcomer-Rasse in der Galaxie, sind erst seit ungefähr 150, 200 Jahren Spacefaring und dementsprechend noch nicht in den höchsten Rängen der Macht in der Galaxie, allerdings sehr aufstrebend und auch dabei, andere ödere Rassen gerade zum Überholen, wie die Volus oder die Hana zum Beispiel. So, was ist mit dem?
I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Story Hunting. So, wo ist der Mr. Udina? Ja, und das erntet der Menschheit auf der einen Seite eigentlich einen ganzen Haufen Ansehen. Jede Menge starke Allianzen, zum Beispiel mit den Turianer, der stärksten Militärmacht nicht im Quadranten, sondern in der ganzen Galaxie. Auf der anderen Seite aber auch Neid und Missgunst zu Presidium. Und das ist natürlich Stoff für diverse Konflikte. Man wird durchaus auch mal angefeindet als Mensch. Man ist also eher in der Minderheitenposition, was ja auch ganz nette
Exogenic Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
So. Aber hey, der Citadel Tower ist ein hoher Tower. Was will man da erwarten? Und nur weil wir das Jahr 2021, 58 oder so irgendwas haben, heißt das ja noch lange nicht, dass die Aufzugtechnologie besser geworden ist.
You're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
Die Embassy ist in CSEC. CSEC ist die Citadel Security, das ist die Polizei. Und die Embassy ist ja eh klar. Irgendwie. Aber das da oben weitergeht. Embassy ist ja eben. Ja. Weil lauter Schauen gegen die Wand rennt. So, das sind die Botschaften.
Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
Ja, bitte. Location.
What is this place?
Na.
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Savina.
Ja, ja, danke.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Da irgendwo wird ja wohl der Udiner sicher. Da sitzt ja der Udiner. Wir waren ja schon im Büro vom Udiner. Meine Herren. Das ist das Büro vom Udiner. Natürlich kann er von der Raumstation ein Fenster sein. Aber wo ist der Typ? Mr. The ambassador will provide you with a ship and crew. Meet him at the Alliance docking bay, accessible to the central elevator in the CSEC Academy. Entschuldigung. Wer liest, hat Vorteile. Und spart sich Kilometer. Also, CSEC. Das ist der da direkt. Warte mal, ja, mein Gott, nein. Erinnert an Genf. Entschuldigung. Und wieder aufzufahren. Bitte Aufzug, sei schneller. Redst zumindest irgendwas. Keiner Tali.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists.
Was?
The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Gottes Willen. Der Transhumanismus-Präsident ist abhanden gekommen. Wenn die Musik nicht so erfreulich war, wird es dann ja direkt schier. So, das ist ja wohl hoffentlich das Central Elevator to Docking Bay. Dali, sag was. Red mit mir.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kit claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
Oh mein Gott. In Hamlet geht's doch um die Emotionen. Kit. Kit. Und Marlow. Contemporaries von Shakespeare. So, jetzt aber. Schon wieder raufhandeln. Mr. Udinese.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
Forced retirement? So der Scheiß, wieso? What's going on? Ist das stichelig? When I fragt forced retirement?
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Steckt da mehr
Come clean
dahinter?
with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Und was ist in die Hosen gegangen?
What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
You can count on me, sir!
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
Und was mit den
The
Reaper?
Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
Ja, okay, wo sie recht haben, haben sie recht. Alles läuft beim Conduit zusammen und wenn der Conduit ist das, was der Saren will, findet den Conduit, findet den Saren. Wenn die Reaper echt sind, dann verhindert man damit deren Rückkehr. Das sind two birds with one stone. I'm on it.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Pharos oder Noveria? Oder I'll start there. Die direkte Geschichte ist Pharos oder Noveria, das sind Sightings von Geth. Das ist eine indirekte Geschichte, das ist ein zweitrangiger Agent in dem ganzen Gespolettel, die Matriarchin Benezia, und nicht einmal sie persönlich ist das, was da interessant ist, sondern die Tochter von ihr. Auf der anderen Seite findet die Tochter, vielleicht was die Tochter oder Benezia ist, findet die Benezia den Saren. Ich starte in Pharos. Weiß ganz
The colonists on Pharos might still be alive.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Ja, Pech gehabt. Bin ein Spectre. Aber okay, bleib noch diplomatisch.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Und jetzt kommt mal wieder nicht 4, dass es der John Noble wäre. Okay,
Yes,
Captain,
Commander?
geht's dir gut? Good. You work with spectres. Spectres. Naja, bleiben wir menschlich.
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Er hat aber auch ein blindes Vertrauen, der gute Anderson. You and Saren have a past. Ja, das wissen wir schon. Das
Tell me what
sieht so
happened
aus.
with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Wieso ist das verschwiegen worden? Ist eigentlich naheliegend, weil es in die Hosen gegangen ist. Was ist passiert?
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
Lass mich raten, das ging in die Hose.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Ja, ist ja kein Problem. Ja, und?
He was smart. You needed a diversion.
This went way beyond a simple diversion, Commander. The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500.
Boah,
Mostly civilians.
okay.
Saren didn't care.
Das ist ein bisschen
The
extrem.
target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Und wieso hast du die Schwedenschuhe schon gekriegt?
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
It wasn't your fault, das ist ein bisschen zu beschwichtigend. Wir sind ja nicht sehr Großvati. That's not fair, ist ein bisschen zu kindlich. Also, lass es einfach hinter dir und...
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Richtig. So,
I should
tschüss.
go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Das heißt, komm, erzähl mal deine Leidsgeschichte. Bla 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 bla. Ist mir scheißegal, muss jetzt weg. Gar seltsam.
Stand by, shore
Daughter.
party.
Oh,
Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Nö, weil ich bin ein Spectre.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Okay, I need to be honest with them. Honesty is immer gut. Sport,
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Eden Prime was justice that was in this. Humanity must do its part. Naja, okay, das kann vielleicht so gemacht sein innerhalb der galaktischen Gesellschaft. Oder Eden Prime was just the start. Ja, Eden Prime war jetzt nicht gerade der Zweite Weltkrieg. And nobody's going to help us. Stimmt nicht, kann man das sagen? Saren will be ready for us. Eden Prime was... Was just the start, ist glaube ich die
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
Okay, bitte, dann bauen wir halt.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Ja, passt.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy.
Passt.
Time to show them what humans are made of. Wherever Saren goes, we'll follow. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
Everyone is counting on us. Nicht wirklich, weil es die wenigsten überhaupt wissen. Aber wurscht, hoffentlich hat das wieder den multi-spezialen Twist.
Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake,
Ja.
but for the sake of every other species in Citadel
Gut,
space.
sehr gut, sehr gut.
Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
He doesn't matter anymore. I won't let him down.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Ich meine, das ist halt ein anderes Kaliber wie der kleine Rider aus Mass Effect und Andromeda. Nicht. So, also, auf nach, was haben wir gesagt, Ferris oder Noveria? Jetzt muss ich mir mal das Schiff anschauen zuerst. Inspektion! Was haben wir denn da? Da gibt's zu essen. Lecker, lecker. Okay, dann. Alles klar.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personal input. Goodbye. Tactical appraisal. Tactical appraisal.
What's your
Soldier.
opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Okay.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Das ist halt militärisch Schneideck. Was ist das? Banshee Hammer. Was ist der Upsi? Was ist das? Was ist das? Das ist ein Livepod, nehmen wir an. Das sind aber nicht viele Livepods. Freunde, wenn das Ding sinkt, übernehmen wir es nicht alle, dann spielt's Titanic. Und wo ist die... Schaut mit Fernseher sogar? Ja, oder? Halt irgendwelche Display-Screens zum auf dem Laufenden bleiben beim Schauen. Erstes Stück Damenbekleidung und Kinderspielwaren. Should I Mako? Gut oder Mako? Wer bist denn du? Wer bist denn du? A Requisitions Office.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Yep.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Wieso soll ich das Zeug zahlen? Dafür kriegst
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Okay, sag einmal.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Sowas finde ich absolut schwachsinnig in Wirklichkeit. Kann man was verkaufen, war fast lieber. Armorplating, bla 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 bla. Kessler 1. Weg. glaube, die ganzen Rüstungen, die wir haben wir uns schon angeschaut. Lancer 1 braucht auch keinen Schwanz mehr, die ganzen Mäuse können wir weghauen. Medium Armor, Krogan Explorer, das ist alles nix. Medium Armor, Human Phoenix 1. Sniper Rifle Avenger, was kann man weghauen? Hammer, Anti-Personnel. Das sind hier 2 Sachen, okay. Und was hat er Schönes? Die ist gut. Kann ich die tragen? Sicher, bin ich so tot. Was kostet das Ding? 24.500! Okay, vergiss es.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You knew?
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Bürokratie ist schon was Furchtbares, das stimmt.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Naja, Freund, aber bei uns herrscht auch nicht Anarchie, nur wenn wir jetzt das Spectre-Schiff sind. That was your reason? Das ist wirklich dein Grund?
So
Anarchie?
you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hate leaving? Da kommst du schon drüber weg, Junge.
It's not the end of the world. You'll have tougher decisions soon enough.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends, Freund. Wie gesagt.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Ja, klar. Du brauchst nicht glauben, dass da Kindergeburtstag ist 24/7. Wo sind wir denn? Das ist immer noch ein Allianzschiff. Ashley, mit Ehre.
Commander?
Wie geht's da?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish that we'd saved your unit, das ist vollkommen
You
verständlich.
wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Das ist das Wesen vom Ambush, dass man nicht Kämmer sieht.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Was passiert, wenn ich
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Commander.
Gets
I need to
bald
get my duties
intervals.
squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Ist recht.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Er ist nur Commander eigentlich. Trotzdem Skipper. Equipment Locker. Ja, da haben wir nichts Besseres gehabt. Hätte man vielleicht doch nicht wegschmeißen sollen, das Zeug. Hey, Rex. Rex.
Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on!
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yep.
They tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
Wieso nicht?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Ja, ist zum Eishängen. Das ist jetzt die erste Erwähnung der Genophage.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Okay.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard.
Das ist ja auf Spitze gelaufen.
As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Extinction.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So dürfte der Fragepath sein, der da jetzt weitergeht, oder?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
I see.
So long,
Das
Rex.
ist eine reine Mercenary Culture mittlerweile. Also das ist Cargo Bay. Das ist Maschinenraum. Hey, Charlie.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small.
Die ist so lieb.
I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The ship is special. Normally they're not, der wir tiefstapeln, der wir hochstapeln, der wir es einschüchtern. Na, wir bleiben bei der Wahrheit. Das ist ein Prototyp im Prinzip.
The Normandy's a prototype.
Yeah.
Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Du stehst ein bisschen auf Schiffe.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource.
Ships?
But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Yeah, no kidding. That was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work, mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Okay, das ist... ja, hängen wir mal eine Frage an Ihre Aussage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Klingt gefährlich.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Ja, das ist sowas wie eine praktische Bar Mitzvah. Ja? Und sie ist dementsprechend blutjung. Do they always accept?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
So, entschuldigt die kurze Ausreißerei meinerseits, aber es ist irgendwie psychosomatisch, dass ich immer Schnupfenerscheinungen kriege, wenn ich mich zum Rechner sitze. Okay, it's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile. Do they always accept? Sounds dangerous. Let's change topics.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Let's talk about the Geth. I
want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
That's it?
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Isn't AI research illegal? Ja, vor 300 Jahren wahrscheinlich nicht. There was a mistake des Wissens. Also beide Antworten sind doof. Aber das mit AI research ist glaube ich noch doofer, weißt? That was a mistake.
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
The neural network?
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Well, like a hive mind.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
Oh, sie werden smarter. Und wieso haben sie gegen euch
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Ja, das kann man vorstellen. Mein Computer mir plötzlich fragt, habe ich eine Seele, Vati?
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Sie haben sie verteidigt. Das war quasi ja, Spott geschalten und dementsprechend dann schon Genozidversuch.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Wieso haben die eigentlich nie eine neue Welt besiedelt?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Das ist gar nichts. Auf der Citadel leben mehr. Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
Yeah.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
Ja, wie ich glaube in der vorigen Runde schon gesagt habe, das ist mehr oder weniger jedes Schiff seine eigene Nation ein bisschen. Also seid ihr Demokraten, ja?
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Okay.
I should go.
Danke, das war eine nette Lesson in quarianischer Politik und Sozialkunde. Wer bist du?
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
She bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Also hat sie einen Zweck auf diesem Schiff.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander.
Eigentlich nicht.
But I'm guessing that's not why
Ich
you
finde
came
die Stimme
down
nur
here.
ziemlich süß. Wer bist denn du? Personal Question, Normandy, ja, naja, okay. Das ist jetzt die große Schiffsinspektion.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Was ist mit dem Stealth?
Fill me in on the IES stealth
System, das
systems.
wir haben?
How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
Ja, so we're virtually invisible.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Also FTL, faster than light, das macht uns sichtbar, ja?
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL, blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Nett. Nett. Wollen wir was Persönliches anwissen über den Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Jo, denke mal. Okay, danke, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Carry on my wayward son. You'll be peace when you are down. Schnupft die Nase. Der Garrus sitzt auf der Blase. Das ist, und wo sind die ganzen Labors und die Medbay? Entschuldigt, ich hab ewig das Spiel nicht mehr gespielt. Keine Ahnung vom Design der Normandy. Der erste Stock. Ah ja, geht's ja auch weiter. Achso, na, Blödsinn. Da war ich schon, da ist die Brücke und da sind auch noch Räume. Was ist das? Das ist eine Außenstation. Na, das ist mein Quartier, glaube ich. Das ist Captain's Cabin. Sehr spartanisch. Keine Topfpflanzen, keine Space Hamster, kein gar nichts. Langweilig. Ups, noch und da. Medbay. Wunderbar, das ist Dr.
Yes,
Jack
Commander?
West.
Is there something you need?
Wieso sollte man... Keine Ahnung.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
An L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Super, Migräne, ganz toll. So,
how did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Any regrets?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Das ist irgendwie schneidig, die etliche Frau. She's a cougar in a way. Ja, danke. Danke, Dr. Jaguars.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Da geht's ja noch weiter. Ah ja, Lagerraum. Stimmt, da sind wir ja aufgewacht. Was ist... Na, kann ja nicht sein. Da geht's zur Brücke. Das ist irgendwie... Na, da geht's nicht zur Brücke, da geht's... Blödsinn! Wir haben also Erdgeschoss, da wollen wir gerade was gemacht. So, das ist Navigation. Das ist Communication. Und jetzt schauen wir noch zum Joggerfähre. Ah ja, das sind auch noch zwei Räume. Nein, einer zumindest. Das ist Airlock zum Aus- und Einsteigen. Und das ist der
Commander, something you need?
Status report, soldier.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I just want to talk.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Was for disease?
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know?
Nope.
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Au, snapping shin bones. Das klingt nicht gut. Was denn spitz am Joker?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Was gleich so traurig mit deinen Hohlknochen?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Ja, okay. Du bist ein zynischer Smacktalker.
I have to go.
Mag ich gern.
Alright, see you.
Solche Leute. Wollt mich selber aufhören. Warte mal. Was zum Nachschauen. Gut, jetzt. Was das jetzt war? Moment, kann man da aussehen? Ja klar. Das Ding hat Fenster. Das ist mir auch noch nie aufgefallen. Guck, das sind die Wände vom Dock. Nicington. Und das war's. Das ist nicht sehr vielfältig, das Schifferl. So, was der Presley macht, ist mir wust. Wir starten jetzt die wilde Jagd. Right click to zoom out, left click to zoom in, select the destination and scan or land on a planet. Zoom out. Zoom out. Komm out! Nice. Das ist ja eigentlich auch nicht wirklich schlechter alles. Noveria ist am naheliegendsten. Horsehead Nebula, Noveria. Engage! Bring me that horizon. Das ist Noveria und das ist Strenus. Das sind aber jetzt Systeme und nicht einzelne Planeten. Nehmen wir mal an, ja. Bring travel to another system, yes please. Das ist ein schönes. Da müssen wir hin und wir haben aber noch andere Planeten und ich weiß ehrlich gesagt absolut nicht mehr, wie das Scanning-System funktioniert. Wir probieren das mal aus. Veles. Veles has a thin atmosphere of Xeon and krypton. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. Its surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic life on Veles, binary helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan warlord Morrow. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. Survey. Matriarch's writings discovered. Scans of the planet Veles revealed a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Super, schaut, dass wir nicht wissen, was uns das bringt. Macht nix, wir scannen uns locker flockig durch, Morana. Morana is an icy planetoid smaller than Earth moon. Many planetary geologists suspect it was once an Oort cloud ice dwarf, which migrated inwards after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates with pockets of magnesium and aluminum. Morana is tightly locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. Kann man nicht scannen? Da gibt's nichts zum Holen. Svarog. Haben wir dann einen Planeten übersehen? Nein, Svarog ist dann der letzte. Svarog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbiting gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is Puck's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds and high orbital velocity make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Noveria ensures plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out system. Wieso? Ja. Temperature, powerful winds, high orbital velocity. Okay. Und dann jetzt Noveria. Noveria is a small frozen terrestrial world barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noverian Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. Colony founded in 2163, population 360,400. Port Hanshan ist die Hauptstadt. Okay, London.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector into berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised. advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
Uh-oh.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Arschgeigen. Was sind das für komische Funksprüche? Jetzt müssen wir mal schauen, wie viele Leute das wir da sehen. 1, 2, 3, 4 sitzen da in Navigation. Da haben wir 2 Marines. Bist du auch ein Marine? Ist noch ein Marine? 3 Marines? Da ganzer Haufen. Was haben wir gesagt? 4, 3, 7, 10 und 4, 14, 15 haben wir da herum. Also das ist definitiv ein Schiff mit einer größeren Crew als die Tempest. So, wen nehmen wir da jetzt mit nach Noveria runter? Wir bleiben mal. Na, was? Kaden und Garrus.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Na, nimm die Knarre sofort wieder runter. Echt, der Presley ist der nächste in Command, was ist das? Du bist eine Überwachungsdrohne, nehme ich mal an.
Turians don't like the cold, Shepard. Did I ever mention that?
Ja, Pech gehabt. Das ist ja da kein Schulausflug. Wir sind hier nicht auf Wandertag. Das ist die Security.
That's far enough.
We cooperate. Kein Problem.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
Und wer bist du, wenn ich fragen darf? Normalerweise weist sie die Polizei aus.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
Oha.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
Und ich bin ein Spectre.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
Ganz cool bleiben.
Let's not start a fight.
If you think this is best, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
Was bist du für eine dumme Nuss? Echt, so ein arrogantes Weib.
I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
Turrets. Fliegende Turrets. Und Wasserfall! Direkt ins Gesicht. Parasini-san. Frau Parasini? Was denn?
Weapons detectors. Don't mind the alarms.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Ja, unglaublich freundlich.
Someone pissed in your security chief's coffee today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable asset to the company. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
I heard there were guests here.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Ah!
Saren's aide is here.
We see him?
Passed through? Where is she now?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Okay, Kleines, du musst jetzt mit mir arbeiten. I'll require your cooperation.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Und wo ist der Typ?
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
Ja, das war jetzt eine No-Bullshit-Kommunikation. Hat mir gut gefallen. Wir haben ganz eindeutig klar gemacht, hier wird nicht rumgespasst. Das. Und
welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Gern, danke, danke. So, da sehen wir jetzt zum ersten Mal Topfpflanzen. Ich mag Topfpflanzen. Die sind zwar sehr spärlich gesät, aber was links vom Aufzug hat sie gesagt. Das. Merchant who pulled.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
Word travels fast around here.
News travels fast here. Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
Smuggling, in other words.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
Was ist es dann? Um was geht's denn?
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
Wen ist es?
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
Sag mal's oder hilft er nicht?
Your customer would prefer to have his package. Tell me who it's for, or I walk out.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
I'm supposed to uphold the law, not break it.
This one understands. The offer shall remain open. It truly needs the help.
Ja, tut mir echt leid. Aber ich kenn dich nicht und ich weiß nicht, was du da reingeschmuggelt haben willst.
This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Was haben wir denn für einen Non-Human-Armes? Ah, das ist alles weit daher, da brauche ich noch gar nicht schauen. Na, jetzt schau mal, was da so rumdropst. Security ist tight. Das wird das Office von Analeas. Ein Großraumbüro. Aber du weißt doch gerade noch.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Analeas.
One moment, please. Mr. Ananias.
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Und Salamianer, guten Tag.
You'll excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Bist du vollkommen deppert? Okay, ganz cool bleiben, ich mach's kurz.
I won't take up much of your time.
This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law. Isn't lack of oversight risky? No. You think I'm a threat? I'm on a mission. I'm looking for someone.
I'm not here to investigate your tenants.
Nevertheless, I have a responsibility to keep you away from them. Spectres are not encumbered by a need for due process.
So ein Opol verpfeifen, na, das der mal auch nicht. Hat so verzweifelt gelungen. Wir suchen die Matriarchin Benesia, bitte auskommen.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benesia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at peak 15.
Personal escort, ja, wird schon so sein. Ich muss mit
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget him, Commander. If he won't play ball, I'm sure someone else here will.
Okay, was gibt's noch was anderes?
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Ja, bla bla bla, was für ein Arschloch. Schwimmbecken groß
Mr.
und
Ananias isn't the only one with a past to leave Hanshan.
Was so?
You've never worked in the
Erzähl mir
corporate
mehr.
world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
Wenn man draufhaut auf die Bürokratie, dann wird's aber auch kooperativ. Aber gut, wir probieren diplomatisch zu bleiben. What do you suggest?
All right. What would you do?
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Ananias.
Das ist gut. Ihr Verlegenheitsstimme ist gut. Danke.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
Lorik Keen. Es ist sehr spartanisch, aber irgendwie mag ich das Interieur da. Hat so. Mein Waschbeton ist jetzt nicht gerade Vollholz, aber es hat was. Es ist stilecht zumindest. Was hat das für welche Businesswoman? Ein Businessman. Wo ist hier die Hotelbar? Bist du die Hotel? Was seid ihr? Menschen gibt es hier viele offensichtlich. Ja, ist ja eine Menschenkolonie. Sitzen da welche rum? Geht's da zum Hotel? Allerweise zur Where? Eigentlich sind das Steine, die mit Steinen der und draußen Schneesturm. Herrlich. Gemütlich. Das ist Garage. Das sehe ich doch sofort. Ja, dann bleibt ja eh nur der eine Aufzug. Stimmt nicht, da ist nur einer. Da ist ja noch so ein Teil. Geht's da hin? Nirgends. Freunde, talk to me. Schau, eine der Sachen, die mich... Ich bin jemand, der auf Eye Candy steht. Das ist so. Ich hab zum Beispiel Dragon Age nicht spielen können, weil die Fears der Charaktere viel zu groß waren. Irgendwer im Art Department hat keine Ahnung von Anatomie gehabt bei der Produktion von dem Spiel. Was willst du von mir? Und in Andromeda, da stehen die Turianer, also eigentlich alle, mit mehreren Gelenken am Fuß. Ja. Die stehen schief nach hinten. Die stehen nicht gerade da, die stehen nicht ausbalanciert da. Und sowas macht mich irre. Salarianer haben ganz komische Fears. Kann anatomisch nicht funktionieren.
The male human at the hotel bar. He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas.
Ist das so?
I need you to speak with him.
Und wer bist du?
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
Wieso machst du deinen Job nicht selber, Tante?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
Ja, gescheiße.
Whatever you need done, ask someone else. I'm busy.
Richtig. So in der Blödsinn. Ja, genau. Na, Laura Keane, das ist er. Das ist er.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Laura Keane?
Are you Loric Keane? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I need to get to peak 15.
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
Places to
You need
go,
a pass.
people to visit,
How fortuitous.
things to blow up.
I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
An intriguing coincidence.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeus's actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Klingt gut, mach mal.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Violence against Mr. Analeus's thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
Da fällt uns schon was ein.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Ja, okay. Ja. Mein Gott, was ist denn los? Ich bin sowieso bemüht, so wenig wie möglich zu machen. Ist ja nicht so, dass man da ganz blazing viel erreicht, weil man eigentlich covertly irgendwo operieren will. Wer bist denn du?
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the Traverse. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with Synthetic Insights. The manager, Laura Keane.
Inomorda, das ist der Koganer.
What do you want?
der das Schmuggelgut vom Opold will. Wenn ich dem jetzt erzähle, dass der Opold mir erzählt hat, dass er der Käufer ist.
Nothing. Sorry to bother you.
Ganz ehrlich, es interessiert mich alles nicht. Wir haben echt andere Sorgen. Skills oder nicht gut. Können wir eigentlich abten? Na, können wir nicht. Bedauerlich, das ist. Und wir haben ja keinen Tag im Team. Blöd. Also wurscht, wenn es dann schießen wird, werden sie sich austeilen, die zwei Freunde. Ambioten und eigentlich ist der Garrus ein Scharfschütz. Ich rummarschieren und dabei den Kopf verlieren. Ich hab die Schnase, das Glück auf der Straße. So, wo ist jetzt das Office? Ich verwende das Navigationssystem, das in dem Spiel auch sehr schlecht ausgeprägt ist. Vorsätzlich nicht, weil es mir gefällt, dass man mein Spiel nicht wirklich an der Hand nimmt. Selber suchen ist doch was Feines. Das ist so lustig wie ohne Navigationsgerät Autofahren. Ich mag es mittlerweile. Ja gut, okay. Das ist also nicht auf der Ebene. Talk, red, sprich, say, wow. Schlagartig hört die Barmusik auf, ist eigentlich eine sehr penetrante Hotel-Barmusik, die wir da gerade gehört haben. Geht's jetzt so wie im Club. Ich bin gerade überlegen, ob ich die Musik nicht grundsätzlich ein bisschen leiser machen soll. Das macht man. Was zu leise. So, das ist Garage. Warte mal. Nur weil es da grundsätzlich in Garage geht, weißt du das nicht, dass da noch Büros sein. Oh, jetzt weiter zur Garage. So. Das ist echte Exploration. Schau, sogar die Aufzüge sind aus Waschbeton. Ich glaube, wir sind richtig.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Der Quinn hat gesagt, du darfst.
Lorick Keene gave me a pass in.
Keene? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
You to leave while you can. I'll have to remove you.
I'm going in there and I don't want to hurt you. Why don't you just go? We'll pretend this never happened.
You want to cause trouble?
I will destroy. Bist du wahnsinnig?
Destroy you.
I've lost shields.
Also, Moment. Gib mir eine andere Waffe. Oh fuck, da ist ja noch einer. Wow! Na, okay, deshalb kann es wieder. Ah! Na, nicht schon wieder. What the fuck? Also bewegungstechnisch bin ich ja da voll überrascht. Nein! Ah! Damn it, damn it, damn it! Damn it! Wo ist der Garrus? Wo liegt der schon wieder rum, der feige, faule... Ah! Fuck me!
I'm okay, I'm okay.
Jetzt können wir gerne noch einmal heilen. Garrus, komm her da. Achso, das hat einen Cooldown, okay. So viel zu not mit Blazing Guns. Guns are blazing. Striker 2, Edge 2, Assault Rifle Avenger 2. Nehmen wir mal alles. Jetzt wird nämlich nicht mehr alles verkauft und jetzt erst genauer Hits schauen. Missing person reports. To the attention of Administrator Annalise, a man named Garroth is looking for information on the whereabouts of one of our freighters. He believes his brother's ship may have been attacked by privateers while traveling to the Strenus system. Investigation pending. Gibt man das hoffentlich ein Update? Journal? Und natürlich ist das Design von dem Ding, von der Station, super, um die niedrige Zahl der Assets zu tarnen, die das Spiel grundsätzlich hat. Edge Scimitar Benji. Alles nehmen wir, alles nehmen wir, alles nehmen wir. Und dann schauen wir mal, das nehmen wir an, schauen wir mal, ob wir gleich einmal was verbessern können. Wir haben schon mal ein sehr starkes Rifle. Du bist der Pistol Guy. Ich mach nur Edge 3, nicht gut. Striker 2 auch nicht gut, Edge 2 auch nicht gut. Garrus, du bist eher der Snipinger, gell? Hammer 2, Reaper 2. Das war auch so. So, jetzt haben wir ein Pistol mehrmals verwenden müssen. Passt aber auch. Braucht man nicht, braucht man nicht. Kann ich dann alle go. Armor Plating. Damage Protection. Hardened Weave. Hardening. Hips! A complex filament network of element serum micro cores combined with advanced firewall technology provides protection against both biotic and tech attacks. Na, du kriegst das da, Armor Plating. Und Biotic Amplifiers haben wir mehr für dich. So, dann kriegst du das Hardened Weave. Und kriegst auf die Sniper Armor Piercing Rounds drauf. Und für Nahkampf hast du sowieso ein Benji 2. Na, ebenfalls modifizieren mit Radioactive Rounds. Oh. Das ist doch schon mal was. Persönlich, warte mal, das war jetzt das Scimitar 2. wir schon. Das brauchen wir nicht. Das sieht mit seiner Größe ein bisschen pimpen. Hammerhead. Sehr gut, sehr gut, sehr gut. Passt. So. Aber wo ist denn jetzt? Ja, wo ist er? Wieso? Achso. Nein. Das doofe, der doofe Terminal. Muss ja da wo sein. Du kannst sicher aufgemacht werden. Yay! Was ist das? Sniper Hammer 2. Mein Gott. Das gleiche. Mich beunruhigt ein bisschen, wie schnell der Garrus down war. Das Smarteste ist er offensichtlich nicht im Scharmützel. So, das kriegen wir nicht auf. Das ist das Terminal von. You download the evidence from Lorik's computer. Super. Nehmen wir an selbst, wir müssen irgendwie die Decryption Skill, den ich nirgends finde. Ah, er hat Decryption. Unlock Electronics hat er doch eh. Wieso geht das nicht auf? Kai, dann mach auf den Scheiß. Muss ich dem das irgendwie aussagen? Wahrscheinlich. Na, Garrus. Was ist das? Barrier, Throw, Sabotage, Overload. Shock. Wow. Wieso geht denn das nicht auf? Ich kann das wahrscheinlich gar nicht, wenn ich nicht selber Tag bin. Stellt sich die Frage, bringt das was, wenn ich wen dabei habe, der Tag ist? Dann ist. Oh, das sind noch mehr.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Dich kenne ich doch. Warum sage ich denn dann, who are you? Ja, so halt.
You have me at a disadvantage, miss.
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
I didn't want to fight them. They fired first.
Well, I don't need a gun to rip you to pieces.
Das machen die eigentlich ganz gut. Das war mal die Kira. Das sind allerdings noch mehr. Wow! Fuck! Ich hab schon wieder die falsche Knarre in der Hand. Der Garrus liegt schon wieder auf der Blodern. Ah, jetzt hängen wir wieder in irgendeinem Element fest. Ja, wow. Wow! Wo kommen die alle her? Shit. Okay, also so funktioniert das nicht. Critical Mission Failure. Resume. Meine Fresse, wenn man da manuell saven muss. Nee. Habe ich jetzt meine Sachen alle ausgebaut? Ich glaube schon, oder? Die Servos. Da haben wir was eingebaut, da haben wir was eingebaut. Passt. Also, einfach durchrennen ist nicht. Wir müssen da wirklich schön in Deckung gehen. Was ist denn da?
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
You have me at a disadvantage, miss.
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Analeas would throw you off world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
I didn't want to fight them. They fired first.
Well, I don't need a gun to rip you to pieces.
Geh auf Zeiten, Putze, Dirken. Haha! You won't. Wieso liegt der schon wieder auf der Plodern? Das gibt's ja gar nicht. What the? What the flying fuck just happened? Okay, noch einmal. Was war das jetzt? Ich hab überhaupt nichts eingesteckt bis zu dem Zeitpunkt. Unglaublich. Irgendwas hat mir gewone-shottet.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
You have me at a disadvantage,
Oh,
miss.
now I'm Analeas.
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here.
I didn't want
Well,
to
I don't
fight
need a gun to rip you to pieces.
One down. Was war das? Achso, das war irgendein biotisches Ding-sie. Ah, das ist, da steht das Sniper.
Lost shield.
Servus, aber. Und der trifft mir, obwohl er an der Decke bleibt. Ja, mit dem. Also mit dem Sturmgewehr ist er ziemlich. Wow! Ja, okay, das sind Zielpunkte. Kann man die looten? Oder die spawnen die? Spawnen. Also muss man vorsichtig sein und die Indikatoren dafür, ob man getroffen wird oder nicht, sind ziemlich schwächlich ausgeprägt. Also ich habe vorher nicht gemerkt, dass man der permanent den Kopf schießt von hinten. Ich bin mir jetzt auch nicht sicher, auf was man schauen muss. Bergen. Das waren alle. Wirklich? War ja richtig einfach. Okay. Das heißt, wir gehen jetzt zurück zum Malorikane. Checken uns den Pass, dann gehen wir in die Garage, checken unser Fahrzeug und fahren zu Gipfel 15. Sagt's was, red's mit mir. Das ist awkward elevator situations.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
Das sind sicher die Hunchbacks vom Annalise.
It's probably Ananias's thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Okay. Jeder auf dem Planeten tut so, als würde er mich ewig kennen. Warum sollte der Einladung nachgehen? Die Sekretärin vom Chef Arschloch. Möglicherweise korrupt bis über beide Ohren. Wo soll man sich treffen? In der Hotelbar? Okay. Jetzt machen wir mal zuerst ein Appi. Appiti. Wir brauchen mehr Hitpoints. Aber auch mehr Charm und auch mehr hiervon. Wie viel Punkte haben wir denn? 2. Spectre Training. Plus 2 Powers. Health 6, Accuracy 4. Ja, das ist gut. Und Unity belebt im Kampf. Das gefällt, mag ich gern. Die anderen sind nicht gestiegen. Da gibt's kein Radio in dem Aufzug. Das ist extra langweilig. Da ist die Musik penetrant. Was so penetrant wie mein permanentes Gerotze. Aber ich kann nichts dagegen tun. Wahrscheinlich ist es psychosomatisch. Geh weg. Parasini. Jan.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs.
Aha! Was willst du von mir?
What do you want?
The executive board knows about Ananias's corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
Dir ist klar, dass ich seinen Pass brauche.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
Okay.
Ananias is dirty. It
Hold
might
on,
be
let's
best to
look.
help her.
Yeah, bring him
Look,
down.
Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
Ja, kein Problem. Das ist ein Arsch. Wenn es in einem Aufwischen geht, dann schauen wir, dass man enttronisieren.
Alright, I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Das mit der Zeugenaussage sollte man jetzt aber machen, bevor man ihm seine Daten gibt, weil damit haben wir Hebelwirkung, ne? Ja.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
Ja, aber du wärst ein Held.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Ananias's extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board is investigating Ananias. They'll be more angry at him than at you.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here. I have not been contacted regarding our arrangement yet. Are things in hand?
Okay.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain.
Nett. Außerirdische Herangehensweise an terrestrische Sprichwörter. Und wenn der Garrus groß im Bild ist, sind die Texturen auf seinem Gesicht auch so unglaublich verwaschen. Ja, in Nahaufnahme erkennt man ja dann doch ein bisschen, dass das schon ein älteres Spiel ist. So, jetzt müssen wir wieder zum Annulace, besser im Vorraum vom Annulace, wo die Frau Undercover Agent uns wartet und von der wir dann hoffentlich geile Pass kriegen. Laufen, laufen. Stark gemacht. Das ist mir vorher gar nicht aufgefallen.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
Yep.
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
Und was ist jetzt mit der Garage?
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make.
What the hell?
Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Ja, nett. Noch einmal Paragon Points. Und noch ein Journal Update. Und wir haben den Pass. Und das heißt, dass die nächste Not Benesia Go to Peak 15 ist. Genau. Das wird unser nächster Schritt sein. Diesen Schritt werden wir aber erst in der nächsten Runde, in der nächsten Episode von Mass Effect Teil 1 vollführen. Und bis dorthin wünsche ich euch eine gute Zeit und ein gutes Spiel. Und sag wie immer, weily out.